Hey, this is Rick from FreedFromWork, and well, I'm going to talk to you a bit about Hiking Emergency Beacon and Mike and Rick Outdoors. But I want to tell you about some trends and some analytics that are going on with our websites and our YouTube channels, and then plus tell you a little bit about what's happening right now with us, what we're doing, and what we're getting prepared for. But first off, Mike just had hernia surgery. So this is part of what we deal with and you're going to deal with in your life is things happen. So Mike had all these things he was doing for Mike and Rick Outdoors, his tent set up. He was looking at doing some more rural kind of rugged tents, or not without a tent, what you do with a little bit of stuff and how you would sleep and survive. Maybe you have to kill something, cook it over the fire. And he's actually been doing that. He's been preparing for all that, and he wanted to finish this weekend. Well, now he's 3 weeks off. So things that we were planning on doing with our website and YouTube channel have been delayed. But that's okay, because something that recently has happened, we've been on 2 fishing trips. And again, I'm talking about Mike and Rick Outdoors right now. We've been on 2 fishing trips to the Miramonte Reservoir in southwest Colorado, and he caught some really large fish, an 18-inch brown trout, a 20-inch rainbow trout, and they get up to 22 to 24 inches in that reservoir, and there's quite a few of them. So we've been out there recently, went out there in September and then in October, and we reviewed camping gear. We had fishing videos, I got drone videos. We've just got so many things that I have probably 3 months worth of videos to create. And because we have that backlog of videos and articles that I can create, when something's happened to myself or him, there's things that we can do, and I don't have to go, what are we going to video now? We don't have anything. So that's a real tip for all of you is make sure you plan ahead, do things in advance, go out at one time and get 20 videos. And you may be really busy on that outing, but get those videos, organize them. But the next thing I want to tell you about was what's generally going on with our websites. And Mike and Rick Outdoors, again, I want to go back there. We have 3 websites. Mike and I have 1, that's Mike and Rick Outdoors. Then I have Hiking Emergency Beacon, and what you're watching here is FreedFromWork. On Mike and Rick Outdoors, we have the most subscribers right now. We have basically 1,060, I think it is. So now we're able to be monetized on YouTube. So Mike and Rick Outdoors seems to be going the best, but not quite. So Mike and Rick Outdoors has more subscribers and more views. Hiking Emergency Beacon, I now have 670 or 80 subscribers, and it's growing between, say, 5 and 7 on average per day, where Mike and Rick right now is growing 3 to 5 a day. And it's trending up, and this is what I want to get to. Everything is trending up. If you look at the analytics and the graphs, what happens on Hiking Emergency Beacon is people are doing research, and I'm getting into real detail of these satellite messengers. And I do field tests, and I tell people about it, and I'm very interactive. People ask me questions, and sometimes I go back out and I do another video to test what they asked me about. So people are researching and spending a lot of time watching what I'm going over here in Colorado with those satellite messengers. Where Mike and Rick Outdoors is, hey, this is a quick view, it's a cool video, and then they're off to something else. That's starting to change though, because we are getting into a lot of camping. Everything right now is just trending up, and we're starting to make more money, and we're getting more watch time, and Mike and Rick Outdoors is monetized, and so we're starting to make money on advertisements there. We have not hit the 1 million subscribers or views, and we're not just rocking it and making all this money, but we're building it. And this is what this website's all about. It's this journey that I'm on, and then Mike and I are on. Eventually here, and I'd say probably in a week or 2, I'm going to dive deeper into, probably the first one is going to be Hiking Emergency Beacon. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you in just real brief summary of how I set the website up, how simple it is, but how I set it up, and then how mentally I went through what I was going to pursue, how I was going to do reviews on that site, and my mindset. So that's what's coming up probably, and this is part of what I do too, is what I want to tell you about is I'm planning and thinking about right now, this video here. Well, the next video, is it going to be, am I going to be talking about hiking emergency beacon and how that got going and what I'm currently doing? What satellite messenger am I going to buy next? What two messengers am I going to compare against each other? So these are all things I'm thinking about, planning. And so what happens on a daily basis, whether I'm falling asleep or I'm out waiting in line at a drive-through, or my wife and I are watching a movie but I'm not that interested in it and I'm taking notes. I'm constantly doing my best to engage with my family and be part of the family. Yet when I have downtimes, I'm tracking, taking notes, thinking about what's next. Because this is a long process. And I wrote a blog article on Wealthy Affiliate yesterday, I believe. And I showed everybody the statistics and the trends, what's happening on hiking emergency beacon. And in that, I told everybody, I said, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. If you want to get into this in a month or two and you've got to hit it big or you're done. Well, just don't do it. You have to play the long game here. It's the marathon, not the sprint. If you're passionate about it and you have a vision about it and you know what you're going to do, then just go do it. Take the steps, start doing it. Don't think it all has to happen right now or it's over. You're never going to get too far in life if you stop that fast. Creating websites, as I'm doing here, you have to wait at least a year, because even though setting up a website is simple overall, there's so many things to learn to be better at it. Slow down when you speak, learn how to do things now, practice, make plans, think about what you're going to do, start doing them. Start making videos, start creating a website, or whatever it is that you want to do in life. Go ahead and start. You're going to progress and get better as you go. All the research I've done watching other people on YouTube, the people that I've been watching, they spend 2 to 3 years flatlining. And then it seems like at 3, 4, 5 years, all of a sudden, it's not just a gradual increase, it's an exponential increase. And I've got, say, 1,000 subscribers. They're at 50,000, 100,000, 250,000 and more. But some of these people I see, and I'm thinking, you're not very good. But again, I've got a lot to learn too and get better at. But even when people aren't very good, when you're consistent, you have something great to talk about, a great story, a great product. If you found that niche and you found an audience, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to look perfect. You don't have to talk perfect. You can be really successful just being yourself. Well, anyway, these are a lot of things that I think about daily. I'm planning, the websites are growing. It's all about planning right now. And I've got a few videos that I can make. And while I'm making those videos, and I'm thinking about what's coming next. And I'm going to leave with this last item or tip. You have to mentally get prepared to do your videos and your writing. Because as most of you know, you're not always in a mood to write or do a video. So some of it's not hard, but you have to mentally get in the game. And you got to think about what's next. And I was going to say here is, it is almost 10 o'clock at night. I had worked so hard on all these videos and the drone videos. I had finished all that and I laid down on the bed, and I was laying down because I was tired, and I was testing the dictation with Hiking Emergency Beacon. How does it work when you test or dictate between your phone and the messenger? How does that all work? And I am still learning that, but I did get the basics out and I got the video done. So I was laying down and I actually had fallen asleep. But I have a lot of things I want to do tomorrow. I have a brand new chandelier I need to put up in the dining room, and I want to put up some Christmas lights. So in order to have time to do those things tomorrow, I was just thinking like, well, okay, tonight's perfect. I don't need to go outside to do these videos. I can come in here to my studio that's under construction. But what I did is about 8 o'clock, 8:30, I went and took a shower. I shaved, I got cleaned up, because for me, getting cleaned up and taking a shower, brushing my teeth, all that helps me mentally to stand here in front of this video and talk to you rather than being a slob and talking to you in this video. So these are all things I think mentally you gotta think about, consider. Depending on what you're gonna do in life, if you choose to build a business of some fashion or another, what do you need to do to be prepared to do the best or be the best in that business? And so these are just some tips and ideas of what I do. And we're all different, and you would do just things different than me, but what this channel is about is the journey I'm on, and it's about what I do to create financial freedom and financial independence. So continue watching, follow me, because this is a long journey, and you're going to see a lot of success. Not sure when that's going to happen, but you wait and see. You're going to see it if you stay with me and watch. So I'll see you in the next video.